Morning, morning, morning. Today, I'm walking again in the morning, my usual, my usual morning walk. Oh shoot, my battery is running low. Anyway, I'm doing a piece on YouTube videos about just reviewing some videos by women who are talking about pick me, who say they are they were or they healed from being a pick me. And if you don't know what a pick me is, she's basically a woman who will self-sacrifice, efface, become a doormat, and just so that she can keep a man and keep the peace. And abusive men, they prey on this kind of a man. That's the perfect match for an abusive man, a woman who is ever self-sacrificing, self-effacing, doing and doing and doing, ruining her own nervous system, her system of self-regulation for the sake of a man, literally making herself sick so that she can keep a man. The problem is when you go on YouTube and you call this behavior out, the hate you get is from these dusties, these men who are dusties, who want to exploit women and not take responsibility for anything. You get a lot of hate from these dusties. No, I'm not one to care for a dusty. I'm not one to care for a dusty. A dusty can hate on me. Hate on me, I don't care. I'm not one to care for a dusty at all. A dusty can hate. Go hate on me, that's fine. When a dusty hates me, I've won. Hi, Mitch. Hello, love. So, yeah, if a dusty guy hates on me because I will not turn myself into an emotional contortionist so that I can be abused. If they hate me, I win. I win. So I don't care. I don't care for dusties if they don't like me. I was watching this woman who was saying her mom let her dad be abusive to her, and she used to pick up the same kind of man when she grew up, the abusive type. Hello, Masiala. Yeah, and so I'm sorry, bye. Hey, hello. So anyway, her dad used to be abusive, so she started picking up these dusty men and who would abuse her. But you don't learn that you pick up these habits when you're young. You don't wake up at 20 and then you become a pick-me woman at 20. No, you learn this habit when you are little, when you are 4 years old and you're laughing and your dad says, shut up, you can't laugh until I feel like it's your time to laugh, or you can't have fun, or you can't be you unless that I give you permission to do that. So that's how they learn to become pick-me's. And they start attracting men who are like that. And yeah, you can go on your life like that until you unlearn those habits, until you unlearn the fact that love does not mean to be self-sacrificing, and self-effacing. Love does not mean to mi amor. That's one. Español, habla. Hi, Eric. What else do I know in Spanish? Uh, Cállate. What does that mean? I think it means shut up. I don't know, something like that. I think it means something like that. Um, Agua, that's water. I know a little bit of Spanish. Poquísima. Yeah, I'm still on this beautiful journey here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so today I'm talking about dismantling patriarchy. And I'm just going to give you different ideas that I've been playing with. So hit the thumbs up if you like this content. So today we are talking about dismantling patriarchy. And I know for some of you men who have kind of benefited from the system of patriarchy, you may not want to change things about it because it's patriarchy. It's probably benefited you for some time. But one woman was saying that in her head, she has this male gaze, let's call it the internalized patriarchy. Let's call it the male gaze. And she said that that male gaze is always judging her if she's doing things right, the right way. And, you know, we create this mind from our environment. I always say you're shaped by your environment. So she must have internalized what men want from her, expect from her, want her to do, and she has internalized that, and she is living her life according to that internalized image. And a lot of men don't probably have that kind of a thing going on in their head, but women do. And one of the ways that when you want a woman to heal from an abusive internalized patriarchy is that she has to dismantle everything that she has created, whether she did it on purpose, whether it's just conditioning from social media or the TV or the school system. She has to break that down. But she also has to figure out, you know, like, why am I attracting this abusive man into my life? And then she has to dismantle those belief systems. You know, like, for example, she'd have to believe, if she believes,
That's up to her.
for example, if she believes that that love means to be self-sacrificing, to be silent when somebody is abusive to you, or to stop loving things and doing things that are fun for yourself, she has to unlearn those things. Because at the end of the day, if you're a woman and you're not careful, you can attract a very abusive man.
These guys have been playing out there for 30 years. Left my wife or moved to Bly. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe not.
So that's the spiel for today. That's the spiel for today. Dismantling. So you might see me make some videos on that topics for a while. I'll review some videos on that topic just because it's interesting for me to do it. I like to be inspired by something, you know, like play with ideas. So my channel, you get a lot of things. You get a lot of, you know, I explore various topics when it comes to healing. And not just dynamics between men and women, which is like a big thing, but also the dynamics, the political dynamics that can also be abusive. So I explore those kinds of trauma patterns. And if you want trauma coaching, learn how to help other people heal, let me know. Let me know. So we've gone so far. That's how far we've gone so far. It's beautiful. Eric Vasquez, morning. It's a beautiful morning. So what are you guys up to this morning? Where you from? What do you do? It's such a it's bright and early day. It's only 6 and it's so bright. It's 6:30. It's almost a few minutes to 6:30. I mean, it's cloudy, but it's still very bright out. Beautiful morning walk. I like these flowers for some reason. They were cute. Somebody was saying that Trump did not say a word to memorialize all the fallen soldiers in his speech on Memorial Day. Wow. All these fallen soldiers and not a word from the president about them. That's a shame. So all these Memorial Day flags, very cute, very beautiful. It's such a beautiful morning. Look at that. Look at all that line of flags. Even this side too. It's a little windy, so you can see the flags kind of like dancing in the wind a little bit. I wanna go see how long this walk actually is. Life is about loving yourself, choosing that you win, and knowing what it means for you to win in life. So let me see how far this is. This is it right here, the Castaway Park. Um, I am here, right there. And I came from around here. So I'll go here to Dover. I'll go somewhere down here, come back. I don't know how long this whole park is. It doesn't say. It doesn't say how long it is. I think it's about a mile. I think it's about a mile. Morning. Happy Tuesday. Oh my goodness. It's not, is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I'm not even sure right now. Oh, Tuesday, day after Memorial Day. All this, it's kind of like a park, a forest. It's always nice to be quiet, to go somewhere, walk, see the quietness. Oh, look at those beautiful flags. Like, all these flags are fallen soldiers. Yep. Morning. So I'm breathing much better. The last few days, I think the swelling is going down and I'm breathing better from the surgery. So thanks guys for all of your prayers, sending me good loving energy. Love it, love it. You know those flags. Hey you. Yeah, it's such a beautiful morning. Nice, beautiful walk again on this park. I kind of just love it. Just being here by myself, walking, enjoying the fresh air. Sometimes that's the motivation that we need, to just get out of the house early. This is what I like about summer and spring, is that you can get to wake up early and you can go for walks, you can do things early in the morning. It's one of the things that I like. Do-do-do-do-do. Keep on keeping on. You know, your life is beautiful and precious because life is inherently a gift. You know, it's one hell of a thing to happen to any one of us. You know, it's kind of brilliant if you think about it. Like, you're alive, I'm alive. We were born, we found ourselves in this place that's full of so much mystery and drama. And even despite all the chaos, you know, it's still life. It's still one heck of a thing to happen to a human being. So just keep on keeping on, I guess. Don't get distracted too much by politics. That's what I'm telling myself these days. Like, hey, you know, you still have to keep your mental health. You still have to keep on with your goals. Whatever it is that I want to do, I still have to tell myself, like, hey, you still have to keep on with your goals. You cannot let things distract you, because failure only happens when we lose our sight on the target, on the goal. That's the only time we fail. So, you know, I keep on keeping on. That's my plan. That's my plan, to keep on keeping on. And as a mental health advocate, to advocate for people to love themselves enough to choose themselves over abusive dynamics that cause their nervous system to be dysregulated. That's what we keep on keeping on. You know, I don't know what your goals are in life or what you want to achieve, but you just have to keep on doing it until you get there, because that's all you can do. That's literally all you can do. We get better with time. With everything we do, we get better. But you have to trust that your brain is going to pick up the new habits that you need to get where you want to get. That practice makes perfect. And that as you keep doing it, you keep sharpening your skills, your abilities. That's what I tell myself. That's how I keep on keeping on. Because it can be easy to be discouraged in life. It's easy to get discouraged by what's going on politically and what's going on in your personal life. Or it's easy for the mind. I've noticed, even with my own mind, it's easy for the mind to go into that place where it's vulnerable and negative, and that place where the mind says quietly, just give up. It's not a hassle. You know, I won't feel bad if you just give up. It's easy for the mind to go there. My own mind, I've seen it do that. I've seen my own mind tell me, you know, You just don't have to go to do another live today. You don't need to edit another video. You know, just give up. Your mind can get you there. And this is what I think a lot of people fail to say when they say positive thinking. Positive thinking is just easy. It's a matter of resilience. It's just a matter of that, making that resolution that my mind is going to tell me to give up, and I'm just not going to. My mind is going to feel like it's defeated, but I'm not going to allow it to feel that way. It's kind of like training a child, and we forget that we still have to train our mind, that our brain is changing at any age, and you can decide how that change is going to happen for you. That's all I want people to understand. Like, your mind, your brain is plastic. I mean, when we are young, we have a lot of plasticity, and that's why you find that kids, you wake up one day and they have learned like 10, 50, 70 things, and you're like, how did you learn all this? Or when did you learn all this? It's because at that time, their brain is very plastic. It's like Play-Doh. It can be molded. It picks up on things so quickly. And our brain never stops picking up on things, because even as adults, you learn even faster. I remember when I moved to the US back in 2013, and I realized, oh my goodness, everybody here types, and they type very fast, and my typing skills were not that good. And I was like, I'm determined to be able to type as fast as everybody else without looking at my keyboard, without anything. And I practiced that for a good 3 to 6 months, and I picked it up. And I was proud of myself, because I was like, okay, now I can get a job in an office setting, because that's what I was looking for. And I was like, oh wow, finally I can type, I can do my own things. And I was able to do that. And you can pick up skills. I don't know why. I think I'll stop this mascara. It kind of stings me. And that's when I realized, yeah, you can learn anything. I can learn anything I set my mind to. The brain is plastic. It's always going to, your brain can pick up anything. It can pick up anything. And the only way that we learn is through repetition. So whatever you want to learn, if you repeat it enough, you're going to master it. You're going to master it. So the reason I say these things is that a lot of times we are told we are too old to learn something, we are too young. The brain does not recognize those things. The brain just recognizes that if you practice something, you become good at it. If you wanted to become good at chess today, by the end of the year, you could become brilliant in chess if you practiced every day, because that's how the brain learns, we change our brain through repetition. And that is why, as a mental health coach, I tell people, be very careful about what you're repeating or what you're repeatedly hearing, either from the news or from social media or places like this channel. You have to be careful, because if you're constantly listening to bad news, that can affect you. Sometimes, even with the political system the way it is, sometimes I just don't want to watch the news. I don't want to watch the news. I don't want to watch. I have removed some people from my feed on YouTube, just because I am able to recognize that when I hear that everything is not going well all the time, I will get into that negative loop. And I don't want to be in a negative loop or state of mind. I want to be positive, and I don't want to be ignorant that that things might be going south, but I already know that. So I don't need more of that. So I'll just focus on business, things that I can do, things that I can do to improve my life, and things I can do to help other people recognize ways to heal from their body, so that they can live whatever life that they have at least a little bit happy, because that's what we need. So just that intentionality, like being very intentional about, I want to create a happy life. I want to make my life be a blessing to other people, because there is so much chaos. You can be that light. You can be that light in the midst of chaos. That candle burning in the wind. We can all be that light. We can choose that. And I think for me, why I'm passionate about helping people who've been traumatized is that they don't know that their brain can change. Once, for me, I realized how powerful the mind is, how powerful the brain is, and that you can change it. And you can heal from things. You can move on from past hurts. You can create a life that you want. Once I realized that that was possible, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to remove myself from environments that are toxic, so that I can regulate my nervous system in a positive way. Because your energy is everything. Energy is everything. And once you realize, hey, my energy is equals my health and my money and my happiness, you become smart. You start realizing, and I can shape how my energy goes. Then that's when you start realizing, okay, I have more power over these situations. And people who passed me, and like, I have more power over the situations in my life than I give myself credit for. And that's when we start doing things like, if you can afford it, do things like go get a massage, you know, get a massage, get your hair done, get your nails done, do things that make you happy. Those self-care practices, they'll just make you a lot happier. It's small things like that. Eric hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, continue loving on you. Continue respecting yourself. Continue affirming yourself and your humanity. Look at that. Some Easter bunnies. Oops. Cute little one. You got breakfast. He's looking at me like, what the hell? Hello. Hello, lovely. So cute. So cute. Yeah, life is full of sunshine and beautiful things when we look closer. Hi, nice guy. Lovely to see you this morning. I'm here taking a walk. Look all those flags for Memorial Day, memorializing the fallen soldier. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. So keep on, keep on, keep on keeping on, living your life to the fullest. And I hope that means like positive things, doing positive things. Because a lot of times we confuse living life to the fullest with, shenanigans like drinking alcohol, stuff like that. I think it's better to live a life with purpose, to get something that you're passionate about and live for it. Like I was watching this Kenyan guy, and actually he got an award from Donald Trump because he takes his salary and he helps other Kenyan men and women do farming so that they can understand about food and farming and helping educate the community as a whole. And that kind of work is fulfilling to him. He likes helping other people. And some of the most fulfilled people on the planet are these kinds of people who just wake up and decide to do something good for humanity. Do something beautiful for humanity. That's how your life is going to be fulfilled. Because you're going to wake up and feeling, I'm a good person, I do these nice things to other people. Do it for yourself. Because you have, because you have one life. You have one life and you want to make it meaningful for you. Okay, so let's look at that. Still very beautiful. We've come from that way. Oops. And we're going that way. Morning. See, people wake up here, people wake up early and they start living life. They go running, they do stuff, they take care of their bodies. I came from Kenya and I tell you, I didn't used to be like this. I didn't used to go for walks when I was in Kenya or exercise. But then when I moved to Southern California and I saw so many people, they just try to take care of their body. I got into self-care and I started yoga, and it was yoga that actually made me understand health. Just doing yoga put me into a practice of taking care of myself, and that's how I actually started waking up. Like waking up